Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the Smoke and Steel League event for you. Our first round is going to be Free States Brigade versus the 59th New York on Garland stand, followed up by the Washington Street, which is going to be Corn Brigade versus the Colquitts Brigade. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So here's the playoffs as it stands. Reminder that these matchups that we're having tonight were done 2 weeks ago. However, both matches were redone because a leader of a less than 10-man regiment got super drunk and apparently led their men off course, which I don't think it should have been rematched. But regardless, both rounds are rematched, and that's why we're playing them tonight. I will also note that the Banners last week challenged the result of their round on Fleming's Meadow against 7th Texas because there was more than a 15-man imbalance, which the admins confirmed were the case. However, they had to go through a process, and before that, the Banners left due to more reasons outside of them taking a while with that result. A little surprising to me that they took a while for that rematch call. Regardless, it is what it is. I will also note that it was said at the end of the call late last week after the event in a voice call. It was said that JD and 10th US, there was a deal made where JD and 10th US can't be on the same team because they're both terrible. Apparently that was an agreement made between a regimental leader and a old event organizer. So spicy stuff here. That is all I will say. Anyways, for tonight, our regiments on the CSA side, you got the Free States Brigade, Corn Brigade, 12th Virginia, Alabama Volunteer Corps, the Kentucky Outlaws, and the 10th United States, whereas on the Union side, you got the 59th New York Colquitts Brigade, Jackson Division 2 Corps, Missouri State Guard, Shenandoah Regulars, and the 7th Texas. Server pop as of right now is 294. In balance is 2 towards the CSA side. Both sides have artillery. CSA has 3, Union has 6. So the total imbalance there is 5 in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters today. On the Union side, you got Archer from the 6th Louisiana. On the other end, you got Pookie from the Free States Brigade. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what's going on in the sky. And co-commentating with me tonight, we have Corden from the 6th Louisiana. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Corden from the aforementioned 6th Louisiana.
And we're glad you're back. You had a heck of a matchup last week, and it was a good one, but now we're back here. Anyways, in your opinion, we've seen Garland stands a lot this season. How do you think each side's going to play? Union's going in.
I don't know. It's probably going to be played similar to how we've been seeing it, at least from the CSA side. I would imagine for a good a minute or two, they're going to let Union kind of take the rocks that they're going after, and CSA is just going to line themselves up and fire at the Union as they're coming out, as you can see right now. I heard some people are trying to get Buck and Ball on their next low, so I assume there's going to be maybe a charge coming in, or they're going to get up a lot closer to where the Union is. But I think Corn Brigade, 3rd Ohio, they are kind of the bait on this right side. And CSA did not have any scouts out in the forest, so they kind of didn't see it coming, but they kind of did because it's Garland stand. Now we're seeing some counter charges. FSB, they're trying to flank Union on their right side. We'll see. Looks like Union did not take their flags in. That is a good idea. I don't see. Okay, yeah, they're pulling their flags up now. Well, from way back toward their spawn. I wanted to make sure those things were safe.
Yeah, I mean, it's Union down a little bit on tickets. Again, as Corden mentioned, you didn't see Union bring up their flags because normally Union isn't able to hold up that far into the woods for a long period of time. And they don't want to lose their flags. They want to make sure they can keep their flags, keep in the action, and keep bringing tickets down. Garland stand is the 19% ticket advantage to the Union side. All 4 of those flags are sticks on my screen. I don't know if that's showing for you when you're a spectator view recorded, but anyway.
Union?
Yeah, all 4 Union flags are just waving sticks around. That are like,
I got them.
how dare they? This dev team is anti-Eagle bias. Kidding. But anyways, 19% ticket advantage in favor of the Union. When you look at the weapons of this map, Union has the 30th Ohio with the option of the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 61. And they also have the 12th Ohio Regiment with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. Whereas on the CSA side, both regiments have the option for the same weapons, that being the 13th and 20th North Carolina. CSA has the option to choose between the Springfield 55, the Enfield, and the Springfield 42. That buck and ball shotgun that CSA has, you could kind of see them shooting when Union first went in. And that's what makes this map really, really tough for Union, despite there being an accuracy update.
So, what do you think of the Union just kind of pushing up, not really trying to charge anything out, but just trying to turn it into a shooting match, but an aggressive shooting match?
I mean, they're not going to win on tickets doing that, because, I mean, when any close shootout against buck and ball when you don't have it's not going to work, especially when you don't bring up your flags. I think the reason for doing that is to just try to bring everyone's tickets down, even if it brings your tickets down more. And what I think Union's going to do the rest of this time, like we saw last time this map was played, is the Union's just going to sit and shoot this out for a while, because last time we saw this map, when Union got into a longer shootout, just sat and shot it out for a while, Union started to gain back on tickets, which is what you would expect with a longer range shootout, because there's so many variables going into a shot that generally shootouts on both sides are a 1-to-1 trade in kills, which means a 1-to-1 trade in tickets generally. And since the attackers have a larger pool of tickets, in the long term, they'll take less of a percentage hit in tickets, which actually, CSA right, 30th Ohio, looks like they were hiding, but now they just pop up to take their shot, so they're just trying to, you know, take their cover, not really engage with the Union. Most of these guys have 42s. I don't know how... I assume round ball is a nice shot. I don't know how accurate it is compared to bucket ball, but it looks like CSA is just trying to hide from the shootout and just avoid the situation where Union can catch back up on tickets. They're going to play this for time. That's how they always played it.
Yes, and you can see 8th Ohio, they've stayed on this northern side pretty much this whole time for CSA. They were singing a song. I don't know what the title is, but it's like the "Tell Me Why."
Oh,
yeah, that one. I think it's NSYNC. I think that's the band that sings it. I don't know what the song's called anymore.
I think
Now they're just shooting nobody.
I want it that way.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I just looked it up, and the first two videos recommended are Backstreet Boys, Tell Me Why, and Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
Oh, shoot, I don't know. I don't know if those are different songs.
I mean, they have... Okay, they have roughly the same time length. Okay. Tell Me Why is the one that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the I Want It That Way is the same thing. But the I Want It That Way is on the official Backstreet Boys YouTube channel.
That is how you monetize. You change the title of the song, and it's just the same thing.
One word change.
Just make a fake channel that is, you know, infringing on your copyright, quote
Union
unquote.
charging right, CSA right. It's only one group, JD's going in.
More financial advice later. Semi-ethical advice.
And they are 10th US went in for a little sweep. 59th and CQB are kind of sitting on CSA side of the road. They're now going in. Look at that. We saw the charge. Union was down a fair amount of tickets. Then a shootout started. Union started to take things back, and the tickets were even. Now Union's charging in, and they're going down a little bit. So yeah, the question is going to be, will Union have enough time to lead CSA down? Because they can win in a shootout, but can't shoot out all day.
Oh, hi.
So, I don't know why Union only partially
Manpower-wise, Union's doing okay. They're kind of inching themselves forward, taking more and more pieces of the field.
Skirmishing right now, Frank.
Yeah, I know. I keep trying to get the fuck thing. Hey, listen,
I would
Stanley, boy.
like to see, like,
If you're close
we
to
got
me, I'm
Second
in line.
Corps, 7 Texas MSG. I would kind of want to see them just make a surprise move toward that wall, and then just take it before CSA can even react. I don't know if it would work, but I would like to see it.
I mean, if Union does decide to charge again, it wouldn't be a bad idea to change up where they're charging.
Why is your name green?
So, I don't know. Union actually, they pushed up that line pretty well, and it kind of works for the Union because half the CSA team is kind of just hiding, and they're not engaging with the Union directly. I think they are. Yeah, I mean, half the CSA is not shooting, and that's really going to allow Union to get close.
Man, 8th Ohio, they're still just hanging down at the north.
I don't know. Oh, FSB moved down with them for some reason.
So if I was 8th Ohio, I would just send like maybe like 1, 2, 3 guys into the forest to the east just to scout out and just watch that left side.
Oh, Union's pushing up even more.
Yeah. So at least one thing that's good is that these guys that are on the wall, it's not easy to get shots at such a tight angle. They're having to fire over people or to the side of them. And then, you know, these people are kneeling to reload. They're getting slower reload times. So, Union can win a shooting match as far as this goes. We'll see how it ends up. I think the biggest obstacle is going to be 30th Ohio. That's on the Union's left side. If they can get them off of those rocks, Union can kind of take control of that westward map boundary, kind of work around that direction.
I don't know if the Union wants to push up to this round, because every time Union pushes up, even in past matches, CSA just charges back. Or are you just saying... sorry.
They can still do it, like in the same fashion they're doing it right now, where they're just slowly pushing up and then making CSA kind of fall back so as to not take too many tickets.
Well, that makes sense. It's going to be hard to throw someone off, though. I assume CSA would charge if Union was able to take that ground. I would assume, but I don't know.
You can see CSA, Ohio, all their manpower hasn't been able to be used yet. So they've got about 20 people down to the north.
20?
Okay, now they're sending a couple guys to scout out.
Yeah, that's also probably a big part of Union actually able to make a little ground, because that manpower imbalance, at least with the close fighting over here, when CSA's outnumbered by a little bit, that's going to help Union that much more, and Union definitely needs it. So, as an attacker, you want to hit the defender down to engage at the latest by the 30-minute mark, I would say.
So actually, CSA is outnumbering Union, at least for overall teams.
Oh, is Union charging again?
They are. They're charging 30th Ohio. And 59th CQB. Now JD's coming in as well. We're seeing 10th US to come over and help 30th Ohio out.
CSA countercharge. And only part of the Union went in, and they're getting wiped. Here comes JD, though, for a little later in this. Union hit engage first. Not terribly surprising, though. CSA should follow. There they go. This is a great start for Union, all things considered.
Killed it. Kill that man.
So, oh, you got more Union shifting forward. Looks like 6LA is charging in. Maybe Union's trying to catch CSA off guard a little bit. CSA wouldn't expect a second tinier charge per se.
Maybe this close to Buckenball, you can see there is lots of damage being done on second core right there.
Not a whole lot was able to make it to the line there, and that's it's going to hurt Union a little on tickets. Surprised more didn't go in there, but maybe Union's just trying to keep that forward line that they have.
Yeah, I think what might have been better is just to shoot at the CSA that's all clumped up from those counter charges.
Goddamn pumpkin view hero. Are we aiming at
Is just sitting and shooting CSA at this sort of mid-close range. It's been pretty all right. I think this, if you know, take this like from 7 Texas to this big CSA line, I think that's going to be out of bounds for Buck and Ball to have a one-hit kill. But you know, we'll see how that is. I don't know. I don't think Buck and Ball is that accurate at this range. I think it's probably pretty close to the effectiveness of the rifles. Maybe I don't know if the visibility can take that into account. It is difficult trying to see through the forest and the smoke. So maybe Buck and Ball with that inaccuracy and sort of shotgun effect would help CSA out.
Yeah, I wonder if they're shooting round ball. I mean, I'm by some Union guys. I don't see too many shots whizzing by because, again, it's not like maybe I'm just not in the areas. I'm in the center of the line, but yeah, I don't know if it's past 33 yards or not. How close they are. That's the next thing the developers need to add is measurement tools for the spectator.
Let us draw lines like it's a like that measurement app.
Let's see.
That wouldn't be bad.
It wouldn't be terrible.
I'd be okay with that.
It would be useful in like a couple places, especially now. Well, it's just in general.
Hopefully it's just like a rangefinder from the camera.
We're playing golf today in War of Rights. Those 8th Ohio Scouts you were mentioning, there's about 6 of them now. They're pushing deeper into the woods. It looks like maybe they're going to try to see what Union's doing per se. Maybe get a couple flanking shots. But that charge a moment ago, you can definitely see in the tickets it's impacted Union. A good amount, actually. Yeah. So they're going to have to shoot this out for a couple minutes at least to try to get this back to even. But, I mean, Union can keep charging if they want. If they want to charge again, they can. But then they'll just have to shoot it out for longer if they want to make it even. Or, I don't know. It's a hard map for Union. I would not be surprised if Union got more tickets in this maps in the next update, which the devs said they would update the ticket balances, which I don't know how long that's going to take them. I don't think it should take that long, you know, just adjusting a couple values. Maybe they're working on something else, but that's something that's confirmed. It only took a couple hours of talking with them to get them to say that. So, who knows? But CSA starting to drop through engaged. When you hit the start of a morale stage, it's like the bars don't drop down that much, so when you get into the middle, you start to drop a ridiculous amount. Don't know why. Yeah, Union, that line's kind of backed off. I'm surprised they're not trying to push forward like they were a little sooner. Or a few minutes ago. That line that seemed to be fine for the Union.
Keep your heads down, boys. Keep your heads down. I don't want to see
So,
anything
a good chunk of CSA still just kind of hiding out. I mean, that's how you play this map as CSA. You just play for time, sit back in a defensive spot as they have defensive spots, and wait for the Union to charge into you. Use the buck and ball as the advantage. CSA's got to either make sure they're hiding when they're crouching or make sure they're all just standing up in formation.
A lot of room to work with and not a lot of cover here.
I think one thing that might work for Union is to send one group as bait toward the wall, maybe 2. Let CSA kind of charge that wall, which that area is a little bit more in the open, especially around that corner. That could be an opportunity for Union to get a lot of shooting done. Here we go. Rest of 8th Ohio, they're starting to shift themselves up. And then looks like they took the place. Okay, AVC is taking their place.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense.
was 8th Ohio skirmishers in the forest.
Nah, I think that's a neat little idea that you were mentioning a moment ago as well. Union does a bait.
Uh-huh.
Going a little high.
I hear hold fires from 2 Corps. I don't know if they're volleying or if they're about to move in.
I don't know, but I can tell you that CSA never wants to lose that wall. Even if it's not good for them to try to retake it, just that CSA brain it wants to hold that wall and hold that corner.
Hold your shots, hold your shots.
I want to kill that artillery. I want to kill that artillery, man.
Make sure you watch
I
wonder if CSA knows the second corps hitting their loads.
They're aiming.
I can see.
Okay, never mind. Not charging, I guess.
Ah, you blew your load.
Shot, I guess. Second hold.
I guess
Second
waiting a while there for a little volley. I don't know.
I don't know.
You're misplaced. Shuffle yourself.
I am never misplaced. I am right where I see, right where I need it.
And you got Union shifting 59th, moving behind or I guess I saw Remix, but most of 2 Corps there, they're shifting around beside them.
Second corps just independent fires. They just held fire for apparently no reason.
They want the CSA to not get killed.
They were trying to fake us out. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, they got charged.
Yeah. You're supposed to fake out the
CSA is
defender.
reacting to seemingly nothing.
What do you mean? Unions.
See, look, CSA, they're all getting on that corner.
59th and CQB are running across the open field.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I was like, what?
My camera
Are you
was
trying to
not
fake
letting
me
that.
out now?
But hey, that's a lot of CSA trying to mirror 59th and CQB.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the Union on the top side should have backed off and stopped firing, because if they would have stopped firing and backed off a little bit, maybe all of CSA would have collapsed down where the 59th moved, and the rest of the Union could have pushed up top. Also,
they went right past the 8th Ohio guys.
59th and I had CQB with them. They don't have their flags down here. So maybe they're trying to pull CSA as they slowly die, spawn up top, and then eventually charge in a minute or so. It's not a bad idea, changing something up, trying to catch CSA off guard. Again, like CSA, they just got to make one mistake. But it can be hard for CSA to make a mistake on a map like this.
Finally, they're here.
59th, they're charging out 8th Ohio skirmishers. Might as well get those tickets.
Yeah.
Fire and run. Get on this side of the fence.
At the very least, get some skirmishing kills. A few out of lines, maybe.
Never mind, they brought a flag with them, but because it looks like a stick, I didn't see it.
Dang. Yeah, so now they're shifting back up
Union charging center.
to the top. Yeah, they are. I think CSA down on the north, they could have just expected 59th to turn around and go back down the hill, but now they see and now they're reacting. Union getting a tiny bit on the wall. Now CSA is countercharging.
Yeah, but some Union
last
went
bit
up
of
top.
JD heading toward 3rd Ohio. They're going to get wiped there.
Oh, sorry.
And last of the Union 59th and CQB, they are heading in. But CSA reinforcements from the north are coming in. They're going to be holding that corner.
Yeah, Union charged 2 different areas there at the same time. CSA held both. And they're going to probably hold this one as well. And now that ticket gap is growing even bigger. Union's going to hit taking losses in a second. Man. I like the idea. It's just CSA caught on guard. When you have enough people on the server, CSA, or really any defender on any map, can defend the whole width of the map. So it can be very difficult to break through.
Insane.
Now CSA countercharging.
For your fallen brothers.
These countercharges are where Union should be doing most of their shooting.
Union doesn't have a lot left right now to do that.
That's right.
CSA's going really far, and maybe they're trying to get some flags.
trying to.
And Union. Oh, one of the flags actually looks normal for me now. I hope the flag bearer doesn't die, so it can stay like that. But Union protected all their flags, so I guess that's the positive there for the Union. Also, they got CSA nearly down to taking losses, but Union's in a little bit of a hole. But you can expect that. Union just got to kind of keep doing what they're doing and hope they have enough time to break through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, after watching this map for so long, Union either has to get a... They got to get more tickets, or CSA has to have less tickets. Either or.
Yeah, I'm fucking on that ass.
Because, I mean, I don't know if you'd agree, Cordy, but I feel like I've seen Union do a lot. And, nothing seems to work.
Yeah, it is difficult. Can't really rely on the traditional tactics. Might have to do something a little crazy.
So, anyways,
What would you do as the Union?
leave. Kidding. I mean,
Exactly. They were being imbalanced, and then we're done. Then we have to rematch.
yeah, just leave the game. No, you can't do an imbalance. You have to have someone drunk on your team, and
Yeah,
they
we really.
you don't. They
Drop
don't
that
even
home.
need a lot of guys underneath them.
Oh yeah, no, I was
Anyways, yeah, no. The problem is, right? Union can't do a straightforward charge because CSA, they've got buck and ball. You can't break through that. Yeah, even just watching tonight, you could see this. Union could try to split apart the CSA, but again, any individual instance that Union and CSA fight, CSA's got buck and ball, Union doesn't, and so it's gonna. You have to have. I don't know how many more guys to overcome a buck and ball imbalance, but you got to have a lot. I mean, you have to really do extreme deception, like charge everyone one side, charge all the flags the other side, and hope you draw all the CSA to the side that you're charging. Meanwhile, while that charge is happening over there, everyone's spawning in on the flags on the other side, and they push up and take some ground. But even if you take that ground, CSA can just eventually hold the initial charge, turn, charge you out, and wipe you with buck and ball. Again, the buck and ball is just absurd for this map. But Union pushes up, CSA backs off a little bit to their original lines, and our shootout has commenced. I will know, it's kind of funny, they keep doing server pings for the inbounds, which is, you know, good on them.
Yeah, but isn't it like at a certain point doesn't matter?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know the rules.
Nobody knows the rules. I think you'd agree with that, Gordon.
Then gun him down.
No further comments will be made. Anyways. This is, yeah, no, it's a hard not life for Union. They've got to get, I don't know. CSA has to make a profound error. Who knows? The thing is, especially when you have only one regiment leading, it can be, especially for a defense when everyone's very still, it can be very difficult for a team to make a mistake, especially when all the officers can communicate in team chat. You rarely see, at least defenders, screw up something really badly. But 15 minutes left. I mean, Union's got to get CSA down to breaking in like 6-7 minutes to give them at least a fair amount of room. Every second that ticks by.
Yeah, I mean it's still possible for Union just ticket-wise. It just does not look likely.
You know, we could honestly just go back to an old Garland stand match, copy-paste it, and it'll probably be the same thing.
Dang.
I mean, there's a couple differences, but I mean, when the map gets so lopsided like this, you know, it's just kind of how the dominoes fall. It's like river crossing.
Yeah.
What are the CSA going to do on that map? Sit and shoot?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Was that ever a strategy at one point? I feel like maybe
Yeah.
not for the whole round,
Kinda.
obviously, but
Yeah, just shooting across the river. That was some kind of tactic.
the Union actually
many-
they don't have any
Many
defenses.
years ago. And then probably many people realize it is not worth it. It's not gonna happen. You just gotta keep charging. That was probably even a tactic after Artie came out.
What, the
Because-
sit and shoot?
Well, yeah, for I would say many years, Artie was never effective. Like at 1% effectiveness.
Shoot him low, boys.
Because like no one even tried. Like the whole French battery, like top of the hill, you know, move a cannon so you can fire, you know, right down on any part of the Union was not a thing.
They're still shooting.
Or
They're
there's,
definitely
I
still
didn't see
shooting.
anyone doing it. Took a long time for people to figure that map out with artillery.
No, you're good. You're
I'm just
also
shooting.
people, they shot
Took a long
us
time
out
for people to
wide.
figure out artillery anyway, but
I'm shooting blanks at that alligator.
I'm just a hater, I guess.
Artillery down by the stone wall.
Sorry, I
down
was
there.
just reading up on something. Anyways, half morale stage difference. CSA had taken losses. Unless Union gets the kill streak or something like that. Who knows?
I would have nuked.
The nuke.
There were hand grenades at this
Where's
point.
that in the game?
You guys with potato guns. Let
We can have scopes on weapons. We can surely have nukes.
Call in the AI Artie.
AI Artie.
I think they hit me with fucking
Bring it in.
They had that on all maps, right?
Yeah, I don't know about all maps, but they had it.
Huh. I wonder. It was like the old video that I streamed last week. I think I've sent it to you. It was like one of my first matches of War of Rights between Sumner's 2 Corps, or at least IVV, whatever we were in, and your 2 Corps at the time. And the artillery, it was Cox's push, and that AI artillery or whatever it was doing its thing. Like, I can't imagine it doing its thing on this map, or...
Got some Union movement.
where? Ah!
And on the left, they're backing up. Everybody's backing up.
Now, where are they gonna go?
Imagine they
CS...
just go right back and forward.
I mean, maybe they're trying to...
It's like, dang, we really hope they went to the other
I
side.
like it.
I mean, they can maybe bring a flag or two down to the other side of the map with a group to try to pull CSA out that way. Because this is what I meant. Like, last time we saw Union, when Union went to the Union right earlier and they brought a flag or two with a group, like, the rest of the Union sat up where they normally were shooting. They didn't all pull back. I wish they pulled back and went to the far side so they could pull CSA, all of them over there. Because that's the only way Union's going to be able to somewhat get a foothold on the CSA side, is hoping that CSA all pulls towards one side that the Union is not on. So,
Just keep us alive, Joker.
but I don't know. I mean, if they're not doing anything right now, they're just killing time. Precious time. It's not like tickets or casualties don't matter. Okay, you got, let's see. You got 2 flags being brought towards the middle. And I think they're bringing 2 flags to the far Union right. They're not bringing a group of guys, though. Surely CSA will pick that up. And
They
be like,
should.
I mean, they should pick up the flags, but they should also realize that there's only 2 flags there. There's no one with them.
Yeah, they should at least have some guys with them, I'd say.
Yeah, because you got to sell it a little more, unless CSA falls. I mean, you got FSB for CSA shifting over. Rest CSA is not moving.
Yeah, we got reports of it.
Oh, Union flags now move back to this. Oh, they have 3 flags now. They got 3 flags and like 4 guys with them. Someone from CSA has to pick up that there's not a lot of guys with them. This is the type of extreme action I was talking about earlier with, you know, you send your flags down one side and send everyone else the other side. The thing is, though, is that if you're using the flags as the bait, that's not really going to work because CSA is going to be like, oh, there's only 3 flags there, not a lot of guys. And you can see CSA's not reacting. But if you use the rest of the team, the infantry to all charge in, and then the flags go around as kind of the reserve thing, then that's the better idea.
ABC is calling fake out in boom chat. Well, they said it in game too.
Yep, and CSA...
FSB did switch over this direction, so you might have something going on. We'll see. If they are going straight toward the corner, that's not a bad idea.
Question is, can it do enough? Union about to hit braking. They're dropping like crazy.
Union could just brute force establish this wall. And a lot of them are going past the wall, too. Okay.
Not all CSA is collapsing, and CSA left and right is still holding on the flanks.
Okay, looks like we got a little bit more CSA from the north. FSB, they're coming to reinforce.
And Union has a little bit of a line here. TKO is now going in. CSA right starting to collapse. 30th Ohio being that. And Union hits braking. Again, you can't really complain with Union trying something Union already shot. Is going for CSA spawn. But you can't really complain with Union trying to do something new like that. I just think it's the wrong way. Right?
So... the thing about that fake out is that it wasn't convincing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
you either have more people with the flags and you do that, or pull the flags back farther. So CSA can only really see like the top of the flags. They can't see any of the infantry. I would also love to see
Union going far Union right.
Oh yeah.
Huh, maybe this was their plan. Actually,
I mean...
Actually, they might be cooking here. We'll see. Because Union, they brought the flags to the right side. CSA was like, that's a fake. Don't budge for it. So then CSA held on the far CSA right. Union charged with their whole team in. But while that charge was happening, the respawns were happening on the other side of the map. And now Union's got most of their team over here, and the CSA have not really reacted at all.
Now, you see, I expected CSA to see this coming, because this is basically just part 2 of that fake-out attack. Is that you just kind of not faked on the other side after the first fake. So, here we go. Now CSA is bringing some guys down. 8th Ohio.
They've got
they're traveling down.
Union's got to move quick on this, because the longer Union kind of sets and gets into a shootout, CSA is going to start realizing, okay, this is a lot of Union here. And eventually the CSA team is going to move down here, and at that point it's going to be too much for Union to overcome. Union has to defeat the CSA in detail when they have the window, and that window is now. Because more CSA shifting. I don't know if they're not moving down here. They're still holding over there.
See, Union is getting more time to establish. Most of CSA is still up top of the hill.
I mean, this is a mistake. Come on, Union's got to charge.
At the very least, got to get some kills.
Oh my goodness! Someone went up and over out of the corner and got shot in the back.
This is our crack house now.
The thing is, too, is where this 8th Ohio is holding right to their right. There's a little like tree. I'm pretty sure around there Union can cap point.
Yeah, they can cap point about where 8th Ohio is.
Here comes more CSA from the top of the hill. 12th VA is starting to shift down now. I don't know how 8th Ohio hasn't realized they're fighting the whole Union team. I feel like the whole CSA team would collapse down. Or maybe they think this is a fake out. Who knows?
I think they know.
Where's the 8th gone?
I do hope Union uses some of that
here they
stone
go.
wall. With the way it curves, it does kind of add a little bit of extra protection.
12th VA is pushed up. They're moving around toward their spawn. I think they're trying to get a flank, but they're the only ones coming in. A lot of CSA are still up on top of the hill, not down here. And
Union is going to be able to cap, but
wow.
CSA isn't on breaking, so it could be risky, but they don't have much time left.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if CSA's like, there's not a lot of time left, let's just hold off. Maybe they'll early cap, which I don't know. 12th VA charging in now, all by themselves.
Union's got to be careful on their charges, though. They can't just... They can't have these spread out charges. Gotta be organized, because CSA is going to be coming in from their respawns. 12th VA is coming in, now FSB coming from their main spawn. Now we've got the rest of the CSA team coming down on them. Gotta be careful of these flags. Got TKO coming down the other side of the road.
The Union can hold this, they'll win the game.
They are holding. They just gotta stick together.
CSA any second's gonna hit breaking. Yeah, Union's holding. Union can pull this off. Hold up. No down flags yet. Here come 30th Ohio, though, from the top of the hill. Last of the CSA to move down.
Union can't have too many people just spread out next to the house. Just a few people on the wall, a few people on the fence. They gotta stay together. You just gotta think about getting those flags out.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Union's got to try to. Looks like it might be. Maybe it might be too late. I feel like Union has to keep them up though, because if Union falls back, Union is gonna have to just bonsai charge in, and they're not gonna win that. But it's not like
they might. But having all of Union spawn main at this point, or at least a lot of them, maybe might work. Might have an effect. 10th US TKO looks like them and FSB might be anticipating a central push from Union. Decent amount of Union is spawning at main, about 20 to 30.
Man, that was a really good fake out though from 59th as Union. That was really well done. I forgot to mention this, but FSB picked. Let me look at this just to double check.
Yeah, FSB picked the map, and 59 chose to attack,
which was surprising.
Why are they killing us? Oh gosh. Keep the flag.
I should have mentioned that at the beginning as well, but yeah, no, that's definitely surprising here. You haven't seen Union win this map in a very, very long time, and so, oh well. I mean, they put up a good fight. Again, it was a nice little idea there. It almost worked, but it felt like they sat a little too long in that corner before going up and over. Because they weren't able to get any CSA flags and defeat them in detail, which they had maybe a chance to get to. Anyways, looks like FSB is going to advance here. Corded, what are your thoughts?
The Union didn't do bad, but that push on the right side, coming out of the corn, yeah, you probably could have been or done that sooner. Pushed out of the corn, but you're also getting your respawns at the same time. But once you push out, you still have to stay organized, because CSA has buck and ball. CSA is coming in organized in their charges for the most part. So you being the defender, having defended the position that you have just taken, you can't really relax in that position. I don't really know what else to say on that part. CSA, they played like CSA. They did a good job of that, charging out when they had opportunities to.
Yeah, so I'd agree. The 59th as Union, they did not play a bad round per se. They kept things pretty close. They had a really good fake out at the end. It's good when you can at least fake out us up here, or at least I was faked out. But yeah, I mean, there was a window there for Union to take it at the end, and I think Union just took a little too long to charge out, because eventually CSA responded and was able to send everyone down. and at that point, Union just got overwhelmed with buck and ball. You had a chance at 2 flags there. There's the 8th Ohio flag and the 12th Virginia flag that came in before the rest of the CSA team showed up. There's definitely a window there. But anyways, good first round today. Congrats to FSB on a good win. They're going to advance to the next round. I'll show that bracket again in a second. But with that all being said, we will see you all for our next round in the playoffs. And here is our bracket. So FSB will face off against 7th Texas, presumably next week, assuming no rematches happen. Fingers crossed. But now we have Corn Brigade and Colquitt's Brigade. Winner will play 2 Corps next week. And with that being said, here is our matchup on the Washington Street. It is a 8% ticket advantage to the CSA attacking side. CSA weaponry. They have the 22nd Virginia with the Enfield or the Lorenz, and they also have the 3rd South Carolina with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 61. Meanwhile, Union Defensive got the 3rd Maryland with the option of the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 42, and they have the 87th Ohio with the Springfield 55 and the Lorenz. With that being said, Cordum, how do you think each side should play this map?
Well, CSA is just going to have to be aggressive. That's just what's going to happen. We have seen CSA kind of be slow in past matches of this map.
They're going up on this far right.
They are. That's going to be good. Union's already having to move back. So CSA is going to be able to establish a little bit behind that defilade. They bring their flags up, no problem.
Something not normally seen, which, who's holding this side? It's 59th and 2 Corps. They're the 3rd Maryland. They've got the buck and ball. You can tell they're the 3rd Maryland because of the brighter blue uniforms. At least 2 Corps is. 59th is not. But
yeah. Now, this far northern side where the hill slopes down, I'm pretty sure both teams can get pretty low as like a sneaky maneuver. We'll see if any team elects to do that. I hope they do, because it's pretty interesting to see.
The point of contention, that'd be
Union on the western end. They've pulled themselves back, not staying on that snake fence. Waiting for CSA to come on up. Got the glorious pumpkins in the background.
They should just keep it like that.
Yeah.
Let's just make them into pumpkins. That's funny.
Now,
So
say the table that's in front of the pumpkins, they've got the enlistment thing from the company tool on there, on one of the papers. Love that.
Oh my! I've never seen this. I like how it still says the. Oh wait, never mind. I'm stupid.
I love how it doesn't even have like underlines for to actually like write in. It's just the blank spaces.
I like how it says this blank day of blank 18/6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says just 18/6.
Dang.
Could you put any number in there on the old company tool?
I don't remember.
Anyways, mass charging here on the Union left. And 8th Ohio leading this charge here, as Corn Brigade is one of those leading tokens.
Yeah, TKO, they're coming in the side of the CSA on the south.
With a little pronged attack here.
They're on the right too. They're over here.
Anyway, 30th Ohio is going to make contact with 2nd Corps. Running straight through them.
And they're starting to get a good ticket lead here, something we haven't really seen on this map.
2 flags down on Union left side.
Uh-oh. They should be able to get those back, probably. Maybe not. Union's backing off. Disjointed kind of Union play right now. CSA, normally we've seen CSA kind of split up their attack, have half their team go CSA left, the other half go where we're seeing the main charge happen right now on CSA right, but CSA just grouped up and all charged that side at the same time, and Union kind of got overwhelmed. It's not responding. I will note, last thing, CB is the higher seed. They chose, they elected to have CQB chose the map, which they choose Washington Street, and CB picked CSA. Anyways, what were you going to say, Gordon?
Union has 2 guys in outhouses on the northern side.
This is going to change the fight.
These 250 guys are just hanging out.
Yeah.
Something happened while they were doing their business, and they just don't want to come
Uh-oh.
out. Okay. One has been found.
Nearok wanted to take a piss. Oh.
I'm just taking a shit.
Oh,
Thank you.
Lets him be. Oh. What a Chad there. You know what?
That's sportsmanship.
I can't believe the Brigadier General is hiding in the outhouse, though.
Yeah.
Didn't die with his men. Shame.
Yeah. So now they have left a spy alive. So they are obviously throwing.
Rematch.
That's gonna be a rematch.
We don't even need to finish this recording.
We get job security. We get to keep coming back.
The events never end in war, right?
We just keep finding excuses for the leading regiment to have a rematch.
All the campaigns we cover, they're still all on their first run through with everything.
That's why we always study the rules.
And change them without telling people.
Okay, hold on.
Anyways, I will note, CB has done a phenomenal job so far. Maybe Union's just not doing that great of a defense, which Union's just kind of giving up ground at will, and CSA's taking advantage, but you haven't seen this big of a ticket lead on this map in a long time. So props to CB. Oh, one of the... Floof is dead, one of the outhouse guys. I don't know if a bullet went through the outhouse and hit him, but we still got the Brigadier General.
Let's see if anyone checks that one.
Which his body is inside the bucket. He's through the wood. So fascinating. I guess that's what you do when you're Brigadier General.
His rifle is not sticking out of the outhouse.
It's true. Anyways, the Union are putting a little more pressure up on the CSA. I mean, good on CSA. They got 2 Union flags, and they pushed up, and they're keeping those flags down. Making sure Union can't get them back. And, I mean, Union's main spawn's not that far away, but it's going to keep the Union spread out. It's going to make sure they can't really do a whole lot. But I'm really surprised by the Union strategy here. Normally, because Union has the bucking ball on this map, they can afford to play a little more aggressive. Which we've seen a few times, like I think when FSB first led this early out of the season, they played a very aggressive defense, and they almost won it, almost pulled it off, but we're not able to in the end.
Fire away, boys.
This is a curb stomping. I don't know if Union can really dig themselves out. And there's definitely time.
They could turn.
They,
always an option.
I mean, how... I mean, they... Oh my goodness. You
Yes,
know, I have never zoomed out towards the north side out of bounds and just realized how steep of a drop-off this is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've noticed... Like, I know it's a drop-off, but, like, I've never looked at it.
Yeah, and you can get pretty far down there.
Which...
Especially if you stay out of bounds for a little bit.
And yeah, you can go like a third of the way down, it looks like. I mean, the JD guys are right on the edge of out of bounds there. But, I mean, how far to the west can you go? You can get... Wow. There is actually...
At the end of the camp.
There is a turtle spot. There's turtle spots back here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are.
I seriously definitely can't hit you there. But yeah, that's honestly probably one of the only, if not good options for Union at this point, because normally when Union plays this well, by that I mean keeping the tickets close, like Union never fully gets a lead on the CSA, but they keep things close. Or if they do get a lead, it's not a huge one. But it's really going to be tricky for Union to catch back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow.
Yeah, CSA so far is doing great on time. 35 minutes left, and Union is almost too engaged.
Are those? Oh, they're moving back. Star is still sitting in that outhouse.
Oh.
Getting that nice out of line XP.
Oh my gosh! It did it again!
I know, I'm just letting you know, buddy.
It'd be crazy if you just started shooting in the general direction of CSA.
Ended up team
See
killing
how long
someone.
it takes them to fix. See how long it takes them to fix. That'd be hilarious. See how long it takes them to figure out he's in the outhouse versus somewhere else.
I'm gonna message Star and ask if he wants to make. Oh, a shot just went through.
That would be pretty fun. Do a impromptu interview.
All right, I sent a message. We'll see if he responds. I know this is the thrilling type of.
I was trapped here, Eagle. I ran from the enemy, and
He's
I
talking.
have yet to find a way to get away. Okay, this is not ideal. I'm scared, and I want my mom.
Well, thank you, Star, for this. That was, we got the answers we want. CSA didn't find them, and that was
Did they
perfect.
find him?
Uh-oh.
I don't think they were listening.
No, there's a lot going on here, so thank you, Star, for the interview. I will note, there's a little charging happening on point right now. AVC is kind of, it looks like they probably pushed up and Union charged them, or I don't know. But 7th Texas getting in it with AVC, that's not a charge Union wants to take. I'm surprised they're still up there when the rest of their team is back. Maybe Union just moved back, though. Who knows?
I think you can. They're to have to do something like a turtle.
Stuck at aiming.
Yeah.
They don't have that many options.
Honestly, if Union's going to be pushed back into their spawn, everyone should just... I'm a little surprised Union just doesn't all go the Maryland company to get Buck and Ball.
Well, they'd have to get out first.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, though, it's like, oh, CSA's charging here. I don't know where their out of bounds is, but they're getting close to it. CSA can afford to lose some tickets as well. So this won't be very ticket positive, but maybe they're just trying to see where the Union is, maybe get a couple kills. But Union's trying to turtle. Yeah, CSA starting to push around towards the center, at least some from the CSA right. I mean, CSA should try to play this for a little while longer. I don't think they need a cap just yet. But it might not be a terrible idea. You would expect Union to win a counterattack charge just because they have Buck and Ball. They'll suffer more tickets. Lost, probably. But with Union having Buck and Ball, at least half their team, I would expect that to be the case.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Southwest, by the way.
You can see where they're forming up at in that backyard, and you can shoot from all of those fences together.
You can push up a little bit on the left.
Make a nice line there, boys. Make a nice
I mean, if they're trying to turtle, they're not doing that great of a job. Union right is also pushing up pretty far.
Yeah, they're definitely not turtling, which is fine.
Look east, gentlemen, east!
Union isn't like too far behind on tickets, so.
I think they're like a half a stage down right now.
I mean, yeah, they are, but I mean, it's not catastrophic.
Aim center mass, boy.
It's not 3 morale stages down.
I mean, if Union finds a miracle strategy, they could probably pull that out.
See him standing right out there.
What they need to do is they need to put a single person in every outhouse on the map. And then they'll all hit the bucket at the same time. Yeah.
Or just have everyone go for the White House, the middle White House.
Oh, eat him alive, hero.
There's actually...
I mean,
Uh-huh.
look, if you put 150 people with Buck and Ball in that house, you might be doing okay.
That'd be a crazy cinematic viewing.
Up and over, boys. Yep. Right in
Just
the,
to watch
right in the
CSA
corner.
surround the house and shooting. But also...
Just to refresh my memory, none of CSA has Buck and Ball.
Yeah.
So you put a crap ton of Union in there. That's not the worst idea.
Another thing too is CSA I mean, at least the CSA left is very sporadic. If Union wanted to group up here and just mass charge over here, they could maybe crawl some tickets back this way. Tickets, I mean, it's an 8% difference, so if Union could overwhelm a spot, they would probably get a ticket lead. Maybe? I don't know.
Wait, to your left. There they come.
I mean, we'll see.
Crossing the road again. Flag 2. Ah, fuck you.
Is actually, so I recorded a video with some people last weekend. We did a little GeoGuessr video, which I hope to have the video done by next week at War of Rights. And so it's like you took a photo of a location, and then like after 2 minutes, I would send them a larger photo, and then you had to try to find the location right first to find it.
You did that?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
It's very funny to watch. Anyways, we did Washington Street for the first round, and the White House to the far northeast east where CSA first pushed up, that's the first location. The thing was, though, is that I took a zoomed-in photo of, like, the door and the window on the left, not anything else around it, and so what happens for that whole first round is everyone runs to all the other White Houses. Eventually they get it, but it's funny. That's a very funny video. At least I think it is. So.
Advance to the officer.
Well, that all being said, 10th US pushing up for CSA kind of center. Union's kind of spread back out / turtle back in their main spawn. At least they had a lot of guys pushed out on Union right, but they either went back or they're just really crunched up. I don't necessarily know, but it's about a half morale stage difference right now. So. CSA's probably not going to cap. They're just going to... They could probably just shoot this out. Star is still alive in that outhouse.
He's probably more likely to die by friendly fire than
True.
anything the CSA does.
Uh-oh. He just messaged me. He said, I didn't plan on being here this long. Thought my team would retake the position.
Dang.
They abandoned him. You want to talk about throwing a match. So,
I never noticed in the outhouses they're just like a window in the back. There's just some hole in the back side of it.
Like when you're inside of it, or
yeah, there's just a hole in the wall in the back.
What do you mean? Oh, what hole?
Like just a circular hole.
I mean, there's a lot
like
of
behind.
There's a lot of like outside or inside.
Well, I mean, it's the wall, so both.
Could you? I'm confused.
Behind?
Could you
like
take
behind star? Okay.
Okay, I was looking at a random. Could you?
I'll send it to you.
All right. I guess there's a couple different outhouses.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I was looking at a different outhouse that just didn't have a hole.
Oh.
It's probably like a ventilation system, so that the smell doesn't, stay in there permanently.
Old-timey ventilation. Just a hole.
I remember when Trusty was talking about what he did for a day. He was putting a bunch of outhouses in Harper's Ferry.
Who's on the point? Who is on the point?
Yeah,
That's a good question, Decoys. Who is on the point? It's 10th US. They have guys engaging with 7th Texas, but they're spreading out on the point. And they're off it. They're running through it, which makes sense. Anyway, far Union right, you got a close engagement here. JD taking some close shots against 12th and VA. JD not having buck and ball here. CSA might cap when Union hits taking losses. Might. Probably not.
Get to the bottom of the death lane.
Did you hear me?
Wait.
Yeah,
Why is there a hole in that outhouse though? But the one I was looking in, didn't have one.
Be a different model.
It's by where the 7th Texas is. Oh, they're moving away from it, but I'm so glad that is where our. Also, I feel bad. Some of these outhouses, they don't have a door in the back, so they just have to walk out the front door around the other side of the house and then go to the outhouse. It's a lot of walking. Terrible, some may say. Yeah. Anyways, Union right is falling back. A lot of Union falling back. I don't know if they're going to try to turtle. They can kind of get back far. I mean, Union definitely, at least to the north side of where CQB is at, they can definitely turtle. CSA can definitely still kind of get shots in at the Union. Wow.
One time we had this kind of slow point in a match. I just started reading a bedtime story to everyone that was around me. It was Colquist defense, and we were turtling, and we were like so far back.
I don't think I've seen Colquitt in a long time.
I haven't seen it in this new since the accuracy update.
Yeah.
There's a lot of maps I haven't seen yet.
I want to see Maryland Heights so badly. I haven't seen that map played. I got it. Okay, I'm looking this up.
I got killed by the fake.
Good part though is that. Oh, charge bayonets! I hear a charge bayonet from CSA Center where 10th US is. I will note that there is a playlist for every regiment I've covered in every map and every event. So if you're liking the 10th US, for example, and you want to see all the events you were in, which they just ran forward and now ran back. They're doing the pacer test right now. But nah, if you ever want to see all your regiments events that I've covered, or every event you've been in a BLN broadcast, then just look up the playlist on the channel. Anyways, Maryland Heights. Only 11 broadcasts with it. When was the last one? 6 months ago. Seriously? 6 months ago? September 29th, 2024. I did see it for a Patreon, I guess now a YouTube member exclusive a couple months ago, but the Union just sat in their main spawn and didn't actually play the map after they lost the first charge, so I don't know if you want to count that.
I do want to note 2-point brigade. Their volleys have not hit anything.
Let me be clear.
Very beautiful. But...
Oh, charging from CSA as Union is spam crouching, ruining the party.
Yeah, that's them. They're going in.
And that's going to be a clean wipe there.
The second corps was not far enough back.
Oh, they were also spam crouching the music, probably. They were spam crouching. I saw that. I didn't hear music, but no, that's a good charge there from 10th US. I don't know if anyone else was involved. Oh, Star is out of the outhouse. That was a good charge there. But yeah, no, 2 Corps definitely should have been back. The Rave was fine. They should have been further back though, and they're nearly the whole Union team's in that spot you would expect for a turtle. JD is in MSG are probably the most exposed race now, which they're still in a pretty good spot. Actually, never mind. It goes to the 599Y.
Hey, we're here.
And they're taking some shots at the CSA. So, if CSA caps when Union's in engage, which most likely won't happen, it's going to be a 12-minute counterattack. If they wait for Union to hit taking losses, it'll be a 7-minute counterattack. That's how long CSA would need to hold to win the game. If they hit Union into breaking, which is a stage after taking losses, then they'll automatically win. You got more CSA charging up the Union right. Only a couple, though. Again, I think they're just trying to get them down to taking losses. I assume that's what they're going to do, then they're going to cap, perhaps. Because Union's finally in a good turtling spot. Most of the CSA's not even bothered to engage. I mean, they're doing some nice volleys, but they're not hitting much. I'm surprised Union hasn't. Never mind. There they go. Talk about jinxing it. My goodness.
Yeah. Let's see if CSA actually decides to cap.
I think they'll do this for a couple minutes to see what their progress is, and then go. Honestly, 19 minutes should be enough time for you to hit down your opponent to breaking. I would think.
It is. And Union isn't, you know, fully hurdling yet.
I think maybe they're just trying to be spread out, but yeah, no, Union should all be hunkered down in that corner over there.
I mean, spread out to a certain point, it doesn't really matter when you're this far back, as all these other Union units are. Only thing you kind of have to worry about, at least for the Union on the right side, is the CSA on the south with 12th VA and ABC.
Which 12th VA is not really even shooting right now, only ABC is. Which, never mind, they're going to run out and take shots. Talk about timing, my goodness. Let me get a little better as that. Oh, 12th VA, they might charge in. They are, and they're dying. And they've got tickets to burn, they can afford doing stuff like this.
They're still coming. They're
Oh,
still coming.
here comes ABC.
Oh my God! They're coming. They're coming. They're charging. They're charging.
CSA is charging Union spawn. Just 10th US though.
I don't know why they're going in. I mean, maybe they're bringing the flag up? I guess if it's out of bounds, it's fine, but... I mean, we'll see in about 20 seconds if that was in bounds or not. I assume that's out of bounds. Here comes a lot more CSA, though.
It's probably out of bounds for CSA. I don't know if it's not out of bounds for the whole map. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Oh. That's actually a good point. Because that's definitely out of bounds for CSA. It's in bounds for Union.
Yeah, so we'll see. A little bit of science right now.
Dixon is staring at the flag. Never mind. Oh, it despawned. Alright. Well.
Mystery solved. Strike that one from the Mythbusters video.
No, we need the content! I'm debating about making a third one.
It's just going to be a short.
But CSA starting to cap. Is it intentional?
It might be.
10th US guys are crouching on point.
Yeah, they want to cap.
Yeah, I don't blame them at this point. I mean, you just need to be even on tickets as CSA and have your flags, and this map should be easy peasy down the wire. I mean, it'll be close, but easy peasy is in normally they'll pull it out. So, I mean, it's not the... Actually, tickets have actually fairly evened out. So I guess this cap is... Honestly, it's perfectly fine. Anyways, Union, they've got to move quickly, and they've got to move together. Now that CSA is capped, they want the black timer to keep going down. That's obviously a big thing with the counterattack. But on top of that, too, the longer this counterattack goes, and the more everyone is dying, everyone's going to be losing tickets. And as Union, you want to have as many tickets as possible coming out of the counterattack. And sure, if you're down as a defender in terms of a percentage of tickets, you will go up to the attacker's percentage of tickets. But the thing is, right, is that if the attackers lose a lot of tickets during the counterattack phase too, then you're going up to a lower amount than what you could potentially have originally had. So, that being said, Union's got a couple of charges in here. If CSA... Actually, if Union does force CSA into last stand, since CSA is the defending team, Union could pull this out and win it as well. But they don't have enough time to get CSA down to last stand. They'd have to get them down 2 morale stages now in 6 minutes. That's impossible. So, Union bringing 1 flag up the point. CSA holding on point. Meanwhile, Union charging center of the map. on one CSA regiment, which Union missing a lot of shots there. I mean, they hit some, but you would think they'd hit a lot more at that close range. But I guess smoke has a thing to do, thing or two to do with that. But that's a wipe. CSA taking losses. Union starting to drop. Again, Union tickets do not matter right now unless they hit final push, which they probably won't hit. Only thing that matters is how high the CSA tickets are.
Tickets don't matter for Union, yes, but Union, they can't just keep going in without much intent. They do have to take the field back to be the most effective before they recap the point. So with CSA kind of controlling everything, Union can't really do anything to cap the point. Union just went straight down the road. CSA just stood there and let Union come to them.
Yeah, also all the Union didn't go down center. Some delved off to the middle, and they got the CSA flag, but double agent picked up the flag through the wall, or the fence. Alright. Yeah, no, CSA's got a lockdown. 4.5 minutes left. Actually, I don't know if you saw this, but they were trying to get a CSA flag down. Some Union guys, point-blank shots, and one was going in for the stab, one was going in for the shot, and the guy who shot, team killed the guy who was about to stab the flag dead. So, 4 minutes left, almost halfway through the counterattack. Union, they have the guys, they're so spread out.
Yes. JD does not have buck and ball.
See, this is where if you're Union, right, you're going to be mass charging in, and the flags might not be able to do as much as you would want. So maybe Union just needs to all spawn buck and ball and just go in.
Not a bad idea.
CSA
They just had to keep these charges together, or else these large CSA groups are just going to eat them up.
Just like we saw with JD a second ago. 3.5 minutes halfway through. Compass having a heart attack on my screen, fixing itself. But yeah, Union, I mean, what? You got 6LA sitting up center, now 2 Corps with 5th VA approaching them. You got Union out to the far southwest side, that being MSG and 59th, who are having a little shootout right now. 7th Texas moving towards them, CQB sitting center side. It's, I mean, I never looked at the balance for this round. CSA's up by 10 right now. Union doesn't have artillery. CSA is taking none on artillery, so in balance is 10 as you see it. So that's certainly going to help the CSA side. But again, it's still within that limit of 15 per event rules. But also, you could still win matches with a 10-minute imbalance with this high a pop. So there's no excuses for stuff like this. Anyways, Union mass pushing up to the south here. CSA saw them, though, and they moved in pretty quickly.
Holy shit.
A lot of CSA shots.
7th Texas, they've got buck and ball, same with CQB. And I think 59th? No, 59th does not have buck and ball.
7th Texas trying to get close. Use that buck and ball to their advantage. You got 12th VA, though, pushing up center. Fuse wall in front. He's going to get a nice little flank. I don't know if they know they're about to run into the middle of the Union, and they don't see him, and they turn around. Oh, they're all stuck there trying to... Front guys tried turning around. The guys in the back tried pushing forward. Beautiful. 2 minutes left. And Union's engaging in a shootout. Yeah, at this point, Union doesn't have a lot of time. They gotta all push up.
Yeah, they gotta figure something out.
The problem is, this whole counterattack, Union has gone in, not with their whole team at any individual area. The initial charge, Union had half their team charge up the center, the other half pushed out to the center open field, and then kind of hold where 2 Corps at. You got Union shooting off on the left. What is Union going to get out of a shootout? The flags are most likely going to out-respawn, and if anything, CSA main spawns close, which not a lot of CSA are spawning main, which is showing you that flag respawn's good enough. Union right is starting to push towards the center. They're getting stuck on a fence as someone's trying to get a reload in the open gap, and CSA charge in and get a couple kills here. 1 minute left. Union going in on point. They're starting to take it back.
Union's all consolidating on the point. There's still lots of CSA firing down the road. Now they're charging in.
If CSA has more bodies on point when the clock hits 0, by that I mean the gold timer, they will win the game. Union can force an overtime if that happens, which they'll need to consistently hold that, but CSA starting to take the point back here. And it looks like they're going to take this round here. Wow. Corded, your thoughts? I think it's over. Yeah, it's over.
I think Union just was spread out in pretty much everything that they did. It seemed, especially their attempts at counterattacking, even outside of the counterattack phase. And we could just see CSA, with their large group sticking together, they were just able to outmatch every Union group that tried to attack them.
Yeah, CSA just had a really good job. Union was spread out, and CSA, instead of just spreading out like you normally would in the attacker, most of their team just gathered up on one side and punched straight through, and Union never really responded. Union just kind of didn't seem together most of this round. So, regardless, with that all being said, Corn Brigade is going to advance. Look at that, all the higher seeds. I'm pretty sure all the higher seeds advanced, but yeah, I'll show you that updated bracket in a moment. Congrats to FSB and CB again on advancing. And hopefully we will actually make it on to the next round of the playoffs next week. Which I don't see any reason why they should have a rematch. But, you know, I said that the past couple weeks and yet we've had them. So, anyways, we'll show you that in a second. And, yeah. And here we are with the playoff bracket going forward. So, assuming nothing happens, we're going to have FSB versus 7 Texas next week. I guess I was wrong. Not all the higher seeds advanced, but FSB and 7 Texas next week, and then Corn Brigade and 2 Core next week. So with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and other social media platforms in the description as well. Regardless, I appreciate you all. I could not do this without you all, and we will see you all in the next one. Have a phenomenal rest of your night.